home and do something instead of staying out there and freezing. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us go hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. This is our home. This is our place, and we must make it better, not just for us, but for our children and children. I want to welcome you to the Hub. Again, we have a unique moment in time to talk, using social media and the radio to connect. My name is Kem Jones. I want to start off tonight by saying I had the opportunity to listen to GBN to the point this morning. And I was not surprised with the utterances coming from Nimrod Olivier. He represents NNP. And NNP hates anything that's good for this country. So his position is equal to the NNP's position on the new teaching hospital. They cannot see nothing good in it. It's just like when Maurice Bishop decided to embark upon the new airport. He was condemned and criticized, not only here in Grenada, but in other places. When Sir Eric Matthew Geary had the vision of St. George's University, man, he was criticized, condemned. What Grenada needs such a big thing for? Big university. Grenada is a small place. Same thing with the airport. Why Grenada needed at the time this huge airport? Same thing now with the NNP barbarians. They're questioning Project Polaris, or the new teaching hospital facility, earmarked for the Calivini area. Lands already bought for that project. They have signed an agreement with Mount Sinai Hospital, one of the best in the world, to be an affiliate and to be supported by them to get that project going. It's a 15-year project, meaning a 15-year agreement, not 15-year project, 15-year agreement. So it can finish before 15 years, 10 years, 12, it depends, because it's a huge project. But the NNP, they're upset, they vex. Same thing the NNP said, and not only what they say, but what they did when they came into power with the University of the West Indies open campus. Same position. They were angry, they were upset while in opposition regarding the open campus for Hope St. Andrew. They had all kind of stuff to say about it. And when they came into power, they just abandoned it. And then the Open University campus went to one of those islands. I don't know if it's St. Vincent or Antigua, somewhere. One of those islands in the region. They took that opportunity, they grabbed it, and they ran with it. So the NNP has a history of backwardness, a history of not having vision or foresight, not seeing down the road the benefits that can be derived from a teaching hospital facility. So Domrod, Nimrod, I think his name is Nimrod Olivier, he had this to say, all right? And I love how a caller answered him, all right? So he said this.
That we need to put resources into what we have now. This administration campaigned on it. They didn't campaign on a new hospital. They campaigned on making the health care that we currently have, making it better. The minister says it has not improved in 2 years. I don't know how much longer we have to wait for improvement.
Yeah, so this guy is dumb. This is the true definition of a political lunatic, right? But a caller called into that program, all right? And I just love how the caller put it. The caller was straight up, all right?
I must indeed start with what the caller would have said in regards to you would have made mention of the Minister of Health saying that healthcare in Grenada has not improved in Grenada. He said to his expectations. He did not say that it did not improve. If you quote him word for word. Now, if you also listen to him when he did speak on the healthcare issue in regards to the budget, he did lay out certain things that was done in regards to they would have gone on and would have actually computerized the whole pharmacy system so that ensuring that medications would be there on time and that they wouldn't have a lapse of medication. There were a number of different things that he laid out in the budget. And I did take note of them. And I did find that in order to solve the problem, it's not just putting a tape on a wound that might go deep in, but it's actually looking at the whole problem and systematically solving the problem. Now, I mean, I work with the healthcare system in the US. And so I know practically a lot of what you might be saying. I'm quite aware of it. Given the fact that that the alignment that they're trying to do here with Mount Sinai Hospital, I think it would be a betterment for Grenada in total. I think that Grenada would benefit and benefit by and far largely. I also think that it would assist the economy, and the economy does not just basically leap into existence and create that productive sector if it's not being funded previously. So the problems that we're having now with the economic sector is because it wasn't funded before, and that all that was happening was that a tape was placed on a deep wound.
Right. So that caller was very, very good. He corrected Nimrod Olivier, on what he was saying regarding the minister and what the minister said, corrected him on that. And he said, look, I believe that this affiliation, this signing, this agreement with Mount Sinai Hospital is a good one for Grenada. Grenada will benefit greatly from that, and the economy will benefit greatly. And if you want to address the healthcare situation, it has to be systematic. The change has to come through, long and hard planning, putting things in place, and taking the right steps. And this is the right direction that the country is going. So the guy did not stop there. Nimrod did not stop there. He went on to speak about Ron, right? And what Ron is doing in his constituency. And I love how GT responded to him.
A few weeks ago, I did have the MP that represent that particular constituency that we speak about.
Right, so not this one. All right, let me just play that other piece where he spoke about MP Ron Redhead. And I just love how GT dealt with it. All right, so
of what he's doing in that particular constituency.
It's lacking. And you're talking among vast cross-section of the population in St. George Northeast, young, middle-aged, and old. You hear in one story, we ain't seen the man not around. In order to see the man, you have to make an appointment, and even when you make the appointment, you can't get through. You go there, you wait hours, and you're not able to see him. So again, people feel like they're underrepresented.
Yeah, so you hear when people line, they can't even pronounce the word underrepresented. You just, when you see a line, you can never think right. He wanted to say underrepresented, but if you listen to what he said there, coming to the end, I mean, it's amazing, you know. Anytime you see you trying to lie,
of what he's doing in that particular constituency,
it's lacking. And you're talking among a vast cross-section of the population in St. George Northeast, young, middle-aged, and old. You hear in one story, we ain't seen the man not around. In order to see the man, you have to make an appointment, and even when you make the appointment, you can't get through. You go there, you wait hours, and you're not able to see him. So again, people feel like they're underrepresented.
right? See, anytime you're lying, you would never be able to pronounce the words right. You know, underrepresented. That is what he wanted to say, but underrepresented, some kind of stupid. I mean, look, boy, don't play with that now. He get a good licking during the election campaign and, you know, on election day, and he can't get over it. So GT said this.
a few weeks ago, I did have the MP that represent that particular constituency that we speak about, and he spoke about a lot about the project that he is, of course, involved in or taken care of, per se, within the constituency. So it's gonna be thinking now. Well, what I'm hearing you saying and what the MP actually mentioned. In reference to all of that is taking place within the constituency, lots of work he spoke about, the community activities that he involved in terms of helping the young folks and stuff within the constituency. How do you weigh that out as differ to what you were saying, sir?
What I'm saying is it's just a reflection of what I'm gathering when I talk to the residents and in the community on my visit.
Right. So, and even that, it took so long to even respond to GT. You see, when you're lying, your thoughts just can't flow as it's supposed to, and you're seeing that there right before your eyes. You know, you're seeing that this guy is disingenuous with what he's saying, and he's ill prepared. He goes on that program and lack substance, lack depth. It's really, really sad. But he spoke about the healthcare situation and so on, and how bad it is, and how this and how that, and address it. And I ask myself, but these things just started happening, because I would love to know, right?
That we need to put resources into what we have now. This administration campaigned on it. They didn't campaign on a new hospital. They campaigned on making the health care that we currently have, making it better.
Right. So they campaign on that, but you not following what the government has been doing in recent times. Or maybe you're just wicked, right? Maybe you're just wicked. So the government, they did a tour of the facilities, quite a number of medical stations and, you know, clinics and so on recently. Let's start.
We are at the Sutters Medical, I will use the word complex because we've got the environmental health, we've got the main medical station, we've got the nurses' quarters, and what used to be the maternity ward. This is the one of the stops that we are making today at visiting all of the medical stations, or some of the medical stations in St. Andrew and St. Patrick and St. David. The intention is to make sure that we can quickly ramp up repair, renovation and improvement work on these clinics that we're visiting. We came ourselves to see the condition that the nurses, our citizens, the patients, doctors working in. The aim is to make sure that all of the various projects that we have, we can galvanize action quickly to start the renovation and improvement of these various sites.
Myself, Prime Minister, Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, and members of the senior management team at the Ministry of Health, just visiting various health centers and medical stations around the country. We have 36 such centers around the country, and we basically want to get a first-hand understanding of what is laid up for us in terms of the work to be done. This is one of the steps taken alongside a larger agenda of transforming healthcare in Grenada, and in particular looking at how we can strengthen primary healthcare, because it is necessary for us to ensure that the centers around the country are fit for use. What we've recognized based on the centers that we visited this morning, some are closed, some have been abandoned, and because of years of depreciation without repairs, without renovations. And so we have, in some cases, to do complete demolition and rebuild. Most of the centers need very, very significant repairs, renovations, as the case may be.
Today as MIT, we are here with the Ministry of Infrastructure and the Ministry of Health. And the aim today is to really work along with the two ministries to see how we can refurbish our medical centers, bring them up to speed and up to mark so that we can benefit or serve the people of our communities in a better manner.
My name is Kevin Blash and I'm the Chief Technical Officer with the Ministry of Infrastructure. We're here today making several visits with the Ministry of Health to be able to support them in improving the quality of primary healthcare facilities here in Grenada. Today is just a day for preliminary assessments, and we will do some more detailed assessments in the coming weeks, just to be able to undertake the necessary works to upgrade all of the facilities we have in consideration.
Right. So this, what you're seeing there, did not happen in 2 years or 3 years. These facilities were run down for years. No maintenance, no nothing. Because you see, Domrod or Nimrod Oliver, I think his name is Nimrod Oliver, he's focused on the general hospital, just there, not on these medical facilities, right? He could care less about that. And he lacks knowledge on these things. So at the general hospital recently, we had the new kitchen facility.
The state-of-the-art kitchen at the General Hospital, which had been closed for a couple of years for major upgrades, is now fully operational with modern equipment, improved food safety systems, and expanded meal preparation capabilities. The upgraded facility includes enhanced refrigeration and storage units and energy-efficient cooking stations. Hospital administrators say the revamped kitchen will ensure patients receive fresh, nutritious, and tailored meals, an essential element of recovery and overall health outcomes.
Right. So we saw the new kitchen. The NNP did not do it, but the NDC did it. We know that nurses got an increase in their salary of $500 more every month. And we know doctors got an increase in their salary by $1,000 more every month. And uniform allowance for the nurses and healthcare practitioners, that increased to $1,200 uniform allowance. So they're happier. All right. So we know that. Then we also know that some of the medical stations were refurbished.
The government of Grenada has restated its commitment to ensure that health is a prioritized sector. The latest commitment was made by Honorable Adrian Thomas, who spoke on behalf of Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell during the recommissioning of the newly renovated medical station in Westerhall on Wednesday. Prime Minister Mitchell was in St. Lucia as a special guest to celebrate that country's 44th anniversary of independence.
Right. So the Westerhall Medical Station, that was refurbished or renovated, upgraded. Then we saw the Good Hope Medical Station, that too.
Residents of Good Hope and surrounding areas now have access to an improved health facility following 4 months of renovations to upgrade the infrastructure. At the handover ceremony on Wednesday, Health and Wellness Minister Senator Jonathan Lackrett said the renovation is part of government's mandate to improve access to health care at the community level.
Right. So the Good Hope Medical Station, that too, was refurbished. The St. Mark Medical Station, right, that one in Victoria, that too was refurbished, renovated. Right, just looking for it here.
With the Victorian Medical Station now officially recommissioned and boasting of a more spacious waiting room, comfortable doctor's office, screening and examination rooms, among other improved service areas, health practitioners and residents of St. Mark are expressing thanks to the government for seeing the project through. The residents encountered many challenges over the years with the previous building that was already in need of repair and the limited services that it provided. Senior nurse at the Victorian Medical Station, Jacqueline Cummins, says the day that they have all been eagerly awaiting has finally arrived.
It would help us to provide effective patient care as compared to previously, because as you all know that we had encountered a lot of challenges in serving the public. But I want to say a special thanks on behalf of the members of Victorian Medical Station. We want to say a special thank you to everyone who would have come on board to recognize our challenges, and hence the reason why we are here today. Some of the challenges experienced would have been stuff like leakage, especially when it rains. The water would seep through the roof. We had electrical problems where some of the equipment, when touched, was shocking. We had infestation of pests and rodents, and etc.
Eric Straker is a 77-year-old resident of St. Mark who attended the recommissioning ceremony. He became emotional while speaking with the GIS.
So happy, pleased, overjoyed to see it.
Why so?
But we didn't have nothing up here. We didn't have nothing. You could say right now we have facilities right now for the whole world. Whenever any visitors come here, they want to come here, no problem. It's open for everybody and anybody.
So what were some of the challenges experienced?
Right. So the St. Mark Medical Station, that too, they refurbished, the NDC administration refurbished and upgraded the Hillsborough Medical Station.
Grenada is now home to 5 Smart Gold level standard health facilities. The Princess Royal Smart Hospital and the Hillsborough Smart Health Center, together with the first retrofitted facility, the Princess Alice Smart Hospital, as well as the Richmond Home for the Elderly and the Central Medical Stores, make up 5 smart facilities, which mark the completion of the retrofitting stages of the Smart Healthcare Facilities project in Grenada. All facilities have earned an A on the Hospital Safety Index and are the first in Grenada to be over 70% green. Dr. Amalia Del Riego.
Right. So the Hillsborough Medical Station, then the Princess Royal Hospital in Carriacou, that too were refurbished and upgraded. The Gov Medical Station that was opened officially under the NDC, making sure that priority was given there in a full way. Then you see the other facilities that the NDC administration toured, and they intend to do some more work there to fix those facilities, to bring them up to mark, right? So a lot is being done in that regard, right? Then you had 2 ambulances only recently handed over to the Ministry of Health Hospital Services.
On Wednesday, 2nd April 2025, the Ministry of Health officially commissioned 2 fully loaded 4x4 ambulances designed to improve our medical emergency response service. Valued at nearly 1 million EC dollars, the state-of-the-art emergency vehicles were placed at the General and Princess Alice hospitals, respectively, following a short ceremony held in St. George's. In addressing the gathering, Health Minister Honorable Philip Telesford described the ambulances as vital investments and shared responsibility.
So these ambulances represent far more than just additional resources. They are life-saving investments that will empower us to respond swiftly to emergencies.
Right, so the 2 ambulances that was handed over recently too, all right, serious investments are being made in healthcare. Then there was a stakeholder meeting to develop, the whole Princess Alice Hospital.
To enhance the service delivery of Grenada's second largest hospital, Princess Alice, health officials engaged with residents of St. Andrew and the surrounding parishes. Last evening's stakeholder meeting gave the public the opportunity to make suggestions on how the institution can be further developed. Princess Alice offers a comprehensive range of healthcare services, medicine, pediatric, maternity, accidents and emergencies, and X-ray and outpatient clinics. During a public meeting held at the Rainbow Inn, St. Andrew, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sean Charles outlined a general scope of ideas for the development of the hospital. Dr. Charles emphasized a renewed focus on strengthening primary healthcare services to meet the needs of the country.
The first is the focus on primary healthcare. This has to be a central element in all our thoughts, where this should be the first point of care for every individual. All right, primary health care should be the first point of care for every individual. What does this mean? It means that we will not have overrunning of the emergency services at Princess Alice hospitals when there is a flu season or when there is a gastroenteritis season. It means utilizing your primary health care provider more. That is your first entry point into the health services. All right. The hospital, of course, is there to assist persons in getting back on their feet when they get very ill, and of course, we will do our best to enhance the services as we go along. You will hear as we have plans to, as part of a primary healthcare drive to increase on the number of hours of services in our district facilities. We have already started in many of our health centers, adding additional district medical officers and increasing, having clinics daily as opposed to maybe once a week as occurs in some instances. But all of that is a work in progress.
Minister for Mental Health and MP for St. Andrew Northwest, Honorable Delma Thomas, said that the common goal is to ensure that the needs of the people are met.
Our goal here this evening is straightforward: to create a hospital that meets the need of our people holistically, addressing not only immediate healthcare concerns, but also ensuring long-term access to essential services closer to home.
Right, so that's the Honorable Delma Thomas there. So Princess Alice Hospital, they're developing it. All right, they have consulted, invited stakeholders to a number of engagements. So they're constantly developing that hospital. And then we know of doctors that were added to the general hospital and so on. I think it was, 8 new doctors recently, I think.
Personnel. 8 physicians who recently graduated from St. George's University has completed their internship program and are now employed as house officers at the hospital. Speaking at this week's Senate sitting, Minister for Health, Wellness and Religious...
Right. So, yeah, it's about 8 of them. They have been added to the hospital, and I think just a little after that, 3 or 4 were added again. So we have a lot of new doctors working at our hospital, and they must be, the government of Grenada must be applauded for that. So a lot is being done. And only, yesterday, I think, the president of the National Medical Association USA praised Grenada for the work that they are doing in healthcare.
Grenada's health system has come in for high praise from US-based doctor who was in country as part of a medical mission and also to attend the annual regional meeting of the National Medical Association at the Radisson Grenada Beach Resort. Dr. Virginia Kane, the 125th president of the National Medical Association based in Maryland, USA, told the Government Information Service that Grenada is doing well compared with some hospitals in the U.S., with Grenada having low rates of infection. Her medical mission was stationed at the General Hospital in St. George's.
Well, one of the things I found out from the doctors at your hospital, I was very impressed with their low rates of infection, from the surgical operations and procedures. So they're much lower than you would find in a lot of hospitals in the United States. So they're doing an incredible job related to a low rate of infection. So I just have to give them some kudos related to that.
Dr. Kane commended Grenada's vision for building a new hospital and the Project Polaris initiative. She says they are willing to assist in making this a reality.
You guys must have a dynamic prime minister or whatever, the tourism. You are going to do a campaign on building a new hospital. Oh, am I excited about that? And I think our organization, National Medical Association, and our members, we want to be gung-ho about providing some support in that area and helping getting that campaign out and communication. So, wow, wouldn't that be wonderful? I was part of a process like that 10 years ago, and it would just carry you to the next level. I'm sure we have other members, too, would like that as well. So we want to see what we can do at all, any kind of way, to assist having that hospital built.
The National Medical Association regional meeting brought together a dynamic group of medical professionals who continue to impact and advocate in the field of medicine. The National Medical Association represents more than 50,000 physicians and their patients in the United States.
Right. So you're hearing it from people who are in the field. I mean, you heard from Domrod Olivier, or Nimrod Olivier, whatever his name is. You heard from the guy. He's no expert in that field, right? You just heard from an expert in the field who is commending the government for what she has seen. And look, no system is perfect. No system. But the government is trying its best with healthcare in the country. Trying its best. Everything can't be for free. So there are some services that you have to pay for. Minimal cost. You cannot run away from that. And the NDC inherited this problem. And they're trying to gradually fix it. It will take some time. It will take some time to fix everything. And they may never be able to fix everything. But you see, all the NNP could see is only bad. And they would just concoct stories and make you believe that this thing is so bad. But here you have an expert in the field from the United States, the president of this National Medical Association and so on, telling you that we have a good system here. It's not perfect, but it came down for good praise and recognition in terms of infection rates, meaning that when you do surgeries and so on, people are coming down with a lot of infection after. You're not seeing that much in Grenada. And then the whole idea of having a new teaching hospital facility. She said, hey, we want to be a part of this. We want to make this happen. We want to help. That is what the NNP should be saying. The NNP should be saying, hey, we want to help. This is a good thing. It says a lot. It's a good thing. We want to help. Right? And I'll play it again. I'll play it again because it's so important that people hear from the experts, not Domrod, Nimrod, whatever your name is.
Grenada's health system has come in for high praise from US-based doctor who was in country as part of a medical mission and also to attend the annual regional meeting of the National Medical Association at the Radisson Grenada Beach Resort. Dr. Virginia Kane, the 125th president of the National Medical Association based in Maryland, USA, told the Government Information Service that Grenada is doing well compared with some hospitals in the U.S., with Grenada having low rates of infection. Her medical mission was stationed at the General Hospital in St. George's.
Well, one of the things I found out from the doctors at your hospital, I was very impressed with their low rates of infection, from the surgical operations and procedures. So they're much lower than you would find in a lot of hospitals in the United States. So they're doing an incredible job related to a low rate of infection. So I just have to give them some kudos related to that.
Dr. Kane commended Grenada's vision for building a new hospital and the Project Polaris initiative. She says they are willing to assist in making this a reality.
You guys must have a dynamic prime minister or whatever, the tourism. You are going to do a campaign on building a new hospital. Oh, am I excited about that? And I think our organization, National Medical Association, and our members, we want to be gung-ho about providing some support in that area and helping getting that campaign out and communication. So, wow, wouldn't that be wonderful? I was part of a process like that 10 years ago, and it would just carry you to the next level. I'm sure we have other members, too, would like that as well. So we want to see what we can do at all, any kind of way, to assist having that hospital built.
The National Medical Association regional meeting brought together a dynamic group of medical professionals who continue to impact and advocate in the field of medicine.
Yeah, so you have people who are experts in that field telling you that, look, Grenada is making strides. You're getting there step by step. But when you listen to the NNP, you wonder, all right? And I showed you evidence of improvements, of things that are being done step by step by step. Folks, I want to say to you, this Saturday coming, we will be in New York. Saturday coming. And the event is to celebrate 3 years of NDC Empower here in Grenada and 11 years of Kem Jones on radio, and all proceeds would go towards the studio and radio station construction. So all proceeds will be going towards that. The whole idea is to celebrate the moment. Celebrate the moment. Tickets for the event, $40 US, a donation of $40 US. It will be at 618 East 87th Street. It starts at 7 p.m. Music by DJ Screw, DJ Chris. Then we're going to have some food. Nothing grand, not plenty food, but, if somebody comes, they're drinking, they're having fun, they will get something to eat. All right? The Honorable Ron Redhead will be there. The Honorable Ian Thomas will be there. And your humble servant, Kem Jones, will be there in attendance for that event at 618 East 87th Street. All right? So it will be nice to see you, to have you there in attendance. We have tickets on sale. Pam is selling tickets. Glenroy Bettel, he's selling tickets. Norma Joseph is selling tickets. My aunt Catherine Peters is selling tickets. Who am I missing? Twait, he's selling tickets. Real Mitch is selling tickets. So if you need tickets, you can get for the event. I will be up there before the event, so you could link me up too. If you want me to come by, maybe you have an event, you have stuff, we could come by, all of us could come by and celebrate with you and be there with you. All right? So it's a good opportunity to link up, to connect, and we have always done that once in New York. So again, I want to encourage you, come to the event. Once you're in New York, Brooklyn, just New York area, Canarsie, New York. Once you're in Brooklyn, it'll be nice to have you there. If you WhatsApp me, then what I will do, I will send you the number of the people or for the people who have tickets. So you can contact them and get your tickets. It's $40. Once you contact them, and then Rockin' J has tickets too. Rockin' J. He has tickets too. That name I always forget. So Rockin' J has tickets too. So you can contact him for tickets. So quite a number of people have tickets for this particular event. Remember, the event is to celebrate 3 years of NDC being in power, in government here in Grenada. We fought hard and long to get there. And 11 years of your humble servant being in radio and podcasting and so on. 11 years doing this. So I am going to celebrate this with you in New York. And then all proceeds, all that we raise. And for those who can't make it to the event, if you can't come, donate. Donate something towards it. Donate something towards the studio and radio station construction. That will really be good. And if you send me a WhatsApp message, I can send you the Zelle number that you can call. Not call, sorry. Send. So if you're in New York, if you're in the United States and you use Zelle, I can send you the Zelle information so you can call me, or you can Zelle to that. All right? That's not hard. Or if you WhatsApp me, I would give you the Zelle information immediately so you can Zelle whatever you want towards this particular project. All right? Or I will be in New York. Ron will be in New York. Ian will be in New York. We'll be in New York. So if you holler at us, if you're in New York area, we can come and you can give us the donation. You can give me the donation in person towards the event. If you are not in New York, you're in other states, you can send the money via MoneyGram or Western Union. If you're in Canada, same thing. You can send the money via Western Union or MoneyGram. If you're in the United Kingdom, anywhere around the world, you can send the money via Western Union or MoneyGram. All you need to do is WhatsApp me. I will send you the name to send it on, all the particulars that is required. All right? So it will be nice. If you can't make it to the event, it will be nice if you can donate to the event. So the event will be at 618 East 87th Street. So that's closer to Canarsie side in Brooklyn. Canarsie, and then you have, I think it's Flatlands, the cemetery somewhere around there. All right? So that is where, and it's the backyard. You ask any kayak, they will tell you the backyard. People know where that is. All right? So if you can't make it, still donate something towards this event, because you see, the event is towards raising some funds to help with the construction of the studio. All right? And radio station. Studio/radio station. So we will be in New York Saturday coming. So the event will be Saturday coming. I will be in New York before, but today's already Tuesday. So I'm either in New York tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. But one of those days I will be in New York before the event. And so too will be the Honorable Ron Redhead, the Honorable Ian Thomas, and I christen him. And we'll be there. But your support is what would make the difference. All right? So again, saying to you, it will be great. It will be wonderful for you to give something towards this particular project. It's a good opportunity. So once you send me a WhatsApp message, and you know my WhatsApp number, 1473. So that's our code, Grenada's code, 1473. And then you add my personal number, 415-4817. 415-4817 or 403-1019. 403-1019. So you can add any one of them. And even the number that we use for the program, 5380933. And I will send you the Zelle information, or I'll send you the MoneyGram information or the Western Union information. Catherine Phillips saying, hey, I have my ticket. Big up yourself, Catherine. All right? That's wonderful. So I want to encourage you, the folks out there listening, to be a good opportunity for you to support this project, because it's our project. At the end of the day, we need to have a studio of our own, a radio station of our own. All right? So that would be good. So again, Saturday starting at 7, that's the day for the event. Saturday coming, 7 p.m. at 618 East 87th Street. 618 East 87th Street, the backyard. Looking forward to seeing you there. The Bonair Bridge, that will be commissioned soon time. You know, it's about 90-something% complete.
With an investment of over $2.3 million, the construction of the new reinforced concrete bridge at Bonair in St. Mark is nearing completion. The NDC caretaker for St. Mark constituency, Senator Quince Britton, says the investment in the infrastructure was necessary and timely due to the deplorable conditions of the Bailey's Bridge in the area over the years. Senator Quinn says the government had to take the necessary steps to ensure the safety of motorists and pedestrians, taking into consideration that there are 3 schools in the vicinity.
There was once a boat bridge, or what you call a Bailey's Bridge, erected there. And what's supposed to be like a temporary measure became permanent. Unfortunately, during the passage of Hurricane Emily, the bridge was completely washed away. And after that, a new structure was erected, putting another temporary bridge. But what we saw that became permanent. And with everything else, if you don't maintain it, then that is what caused, we had serious deterioration. And I'm happy to see that the bridge is, we can say, 98% complete. It's almost there. It's just some wrapping up works to do, but all the major concrete work is done and so on. And if you look, you see we have some additional works where they try to make it as safe as possible for the children and the people who, all the pedestrians who traverse that area, where you have, the bridge has 2 pedestrian walk with rails. On one side of the bridge as well too, you have pedestrian walk and rail. So it makes it really, really safe. And I'm happy to see this project come into fruition, given, how I lamented on the importance of, maintaining infrastructure.
Residents of the community, he says, are very thankful and appreciative for the quality of works that has been carried out by the contracting firm Gilbert & Partners Engineering Company, GPEC.
The people in the community is very grateful for it. You hear them, speak about it very often. Anytime everybody pass here, with a smile that is no longer an eyesore. And I too feel very, very proud, that we were able to implement this project in a timely manner. We had, obviously, with construction, you had challenges and so on. The rain poses a significant threat and so on when the contractor was proceeding with the work.
Anthony Noel, resident of the constituency, in speaking with GIS, says the quality of work by the contractor is commendable, while at the same time echoing words of gratitude to the government for answering the call and ensuring the safety of the people of St. Mark.
In my perspective, knowing what we had before, I think this bridge is a state-of-the-art bridge. I mean, when you look at the construction, when you look at the layout, when you look at the end product, I believe the contractor needs what I would call a tap on the back, a job well done. I would say 100% safety is in place. You feel safe, and you know that you're safe, and you can feel the atmosphere from that perspective to say that a job that has been well done. He deserves a round of applause. I would give the government all the credit in the sense that this government, as I see it, they mean better. They look forward for longevity, not just quick fix for today. In terms of infrastructure, they build for tomorrow. So I commend, I congratulate the administration for ensuring that the safety of the children and the general public is at the top of the agenda.
Final remedial works on the environs is presently ongoing, and once completed, Senator Quinn says an official commissioning ceremony will be held.
Yeah, so big up your whole self, the Honorable Quince Britton. You're doing a fantastic job up there in St. Mark. All right, that project looks good. That bridge really looks good. And we hope that, as you continue to do the work in that constituency, the people will gravitate towards you because you're a genuine person. Tomorrow, you have a town hall meeting in your constituency in St. Mark, and we are asking the people of St. Mark, St. Patrick, St. John to try to be there at that town hall meeting. All right? That's really good. Right, so folks, we have about 5 minutes remaining in the program for tonight. Just about 5 minutes remaining in the program for tonight. Remember, we're going to Carriacou on Saturday, the 21st of June. So Saturday, the 21st of June, we're going to Carriacou with the Osprey for the whole day into night, and then we return. All right? So we're going to Carriacou. Remember that. Don't forget that at all. Tickets, a ticket is $100. All right? $100. You can go with your friends. You can go with your family. You can go with your neighbors. You can go with your posse, NDC family, anybody who wants to come up, you can. It's $100 per ticket. You can pick up a ticket at Ricky's Bar in St. George's. That's Ricky's Bar in St. George's, where I'm normally at Hillsborough Street there, or you can holler at me, link me up, and I can arrange. There's a number of people up in St. Andrew who I had to drop off tickets for. I was unable to do so. But don't worry, I have it for you. The folks up there in St. Andrew who called me and told me to leave this amount or that amount. Hey, let's see. Don't worry, I have your tickets. And the others, Norris and the others. I have your tickets. I'm Kent Roy and Kellon and the others. I have your tickets. So don't worry. We have tickets, still have tickets. So if you want to make it up with us, you can. It is on June the 21st, Saturday, June the 21st. So again, hope you can be there to come up with us at up in Carriacou. We're going to make a nice tour around Carriacou. Then we're going to be back at Paradise Beach. Music, food, drinks, vibes. It'll be a wonderful time. Games. It'll be nice. You're free to bathe. You're free to visit friends. You're free to have fun. It's up to you. It's an all-day affair. Going up early and coming down late. All right? So we're going to be coming down about 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. So it's a good enough time to have fun in Carriacou. All right? So looking forward to June the 21st. That's a Saturday. Saturday, June the 21st. So if you have groups, you have friends, I have some people who contacted me, and I say, look, if you could get 15 people, I'm going to give you half of the cost of the bus. All right? So most buses to go, to come, you may take a bus to come, but to pick you up during the night time to go back home, it'll be about $300 for the most. So I can give you half of that. But that's if you have 15 people. So you have to have 15 people. So you could organize your bus to pick you up. But you have to have 15 people who bought tickets. So, there's some people who say, well, I have about 12, 13 already. Try to get more. 15 people. So I can help you to pay half of the bus. And if the bus bringing you back then you might say, well, give me a $400 or $500. Then I would kind of help meet you halfway and see how we could work it out. All right? That's how I operate. So again, we're going up to Kariakou, and all you need to do is, maybe you have friends, you have a group, you have friends, you have family. You say, man, let me go up in Kariakou and spend the day and come back down the night. Simple like that. So we have tickets. Holler at me. Check out Ricky's bar in St. George's. He has tickets. I have tickets. All right. So, folks, I want to wish you all the best. Have a wonderful night. I will be back with you tomorrow again. Starting from 8 in the AM on the dynamic hour. Yeah, so I'm not going tomorrow. For those who are wondering, I'll be in New York soon, but I'm not leaving tomorrow. And not Thursday, so maybe Friday. All right. So I'm not leaving Friday. So some people are curious, want to know.